Hey all you rusty freaks, psych, it's not a rust video. If you know what it is, skip to the next chapter. If not, it's Elite Dangerous, which is an epic scaled space sim game. Literally 1-to-1 scale of our galaxy. Imagine 400 billion systems, and you can explore them all.
On this great.
Alright, that'll do, pig. But what's gonna follow is me attempting to defend a planet-side station from Thargoid attack. But you might not be even aware of what the hell I'm talking about. There's been an epic event happening in this sim game for the last several weeks. We're literally at war with aliens. The Thargoids, compared to us, incredibly tough and have an array of devastating weapons. It's widely accepted that you shouldn't even attempt to combat these things unless you have heavily engineered and specific combat ships that are designed specifically for anti-XENO ops. Well, me being me, decided to ignore that. You need engineered ships. So what I want to show you here before it even starts, this is what a healthy settlement looks like. Planet side. And you just saw me descend from space, from orbit, right down to this settlement. And this is a healthy settlement where I can land and do whatever it is I want to do. Now, the first time I ever encountered Thargoids is this. If you don't know what's going on here, that little radar panel at the bottom in the middle, that shows my ship, which is the triangle in the center, and everything I can scan around me. The little red triangles are the Thargoids, the green ones are NPC security ships. Triangle means that the guns are out, weapons ready. If there was another ship like mine, it would be square if the guns aren't out, and a triangle if the guns are out. If it's a player, it would be a hollow square or hollow triangle. The little circle to the left of that radar, that's like a compass. Whatever I'm targeting is shown in there. So I've got the station targeted right now, so I can always know where to fly to it. So anything with a line going up, like above the disk of the radar, are objects, ships, above me. And if they've got a line going down below the disk, they're objects below me. The left bar, left of the radar, is the temperature of my ship. The bar to the right is my speed. Alright, that do and that little white triangle was a missile being launched at me. And the little blue section there, that's the ideal speed for maneuvering. It will show you if you go in verse 2. Now, on the right of that, you can see my ship, which shows my shields. And here you can see I've lost them. If you're paying attention, you'll see it happened really fast, and then I took caustic damage. The bar below is the hull's health, and it all went to shit real quick. Some other important controls for me are the pips here, which are systems, weapons, and engines. I basically decide how much power I want to channel to the capacitor for weapons, or for engines, or for the shields. On the other side is where what I'm targeting would be. Like if I was targeting an enemy ship, it would be there, and it shows its shield and its hull and what direction it's facing. So now you've seen how easy you can get messed up. Another example. Here's me cruising along in a very unengineered ship. I'm actually doing a jump in hyperspace to get from one system to another when I'm just rudely ripped out of the hyperspace. Holy shit, I know what that was. It's the Thargoids. They do this thing called hyperdictions, where they literally rip you out while you're jumping from one system to another. And here you can hear me frantically hitting the controls, because the only thing to do is to run. I just wanted to show you that so you know the danger is real. Remember the happy settlement, the happy planet-side station I showed you before? This is what it looks like when it's under attack from Thargoids. I arrived literally under attack, being chased by interceptors. And all those little dots you see now near the ground, near the settlement, those are a variant called scouts. I can take those on even without engineering. But first I want to land. You can see I've got clearance to land. The little text, the light blue text above the radar. When you land, the station repairs, refills, refuels, everything. So my hull there has got a green tinge to it. That means the Thargoids put that green shit on me. It's a caustic effect that'll eat through your hull. You can do a quick turnaround if you like. And this is me doing exactly that. Lifting off, landing gear up, and I want to scan where's the nearest ones, make sure there's no interceptors above me. You can see immediately there's at least 3. Check the contacts. Now see what I did there? This is a trick. This helps you. I requested landing clearance. I'm not going to land, but this will last me almost 10 minutes. And what it does, it gives you free protection from their, they have an effect, I forget what it's called just right now off the top of my head, but it's like an EMP. It just completely knocks you out. There, that's a scout right in front of me. Now I'm setting myself up, preparing myself, because I'm trying to do this thing that I've seen people doing called cold orbiting. So you basically are drifting while attacking so that they can't get a clear shot on you. But I've been doing it wrong all this time. It turns out that you use down thrust to do it, but I've been doing it with lateral thrust. And he's aggroed on me. He's shot a missile at me. He's hit my canopy. I'm clearly not good at what I'm doing yet. So much for scanning this thing. Ah, that's why. I was trying to scan it. The old Xeno scanner, you had to get 500 meters. We've got new ones now. You can scan them from 2 kilometers away. Die. But even having the scanner, as you can see, lets me get a partial scan, which is good because I can actually see what it is. If I didn't have a scanner installed on my ship, there'd be nothing there on that left-hand side. Select my next target. Jeez, they're everywhere. You can tell if they've aggroed on you because the little triangle will be flashing, like if it's a red triangle being a baddie or someone that is hostile to you. If it's flashing, it means it's actively shooting at you. Look in the top right hand screen, you can see I'm getting 80,000 credits for each of these kills. Now if you manage to kill an interceptor, it's 8 million. Now remember the video I showed you where I got instantly wrecked? Since then, I've realized that my shields were barely helping and my ship needed to be a hell of a lot tougher. So you may have noticed that all this time you've seen me fighting these little Thargoid scouts, I've had no shields. That's not because I lost them. I built this ship with nothing but hull reinforcements all through it. So every module I could fit, I put hull reinforcement, and I didn't even install the shield. So it made my ship a lot stronger. Here you can see me again trying to scan these Thargoids, trying to get to within 500 meters. And I mean, these things are janking left and right, accelerating, decelerating. It's a hopeless exercise, but I'm still trying because at this stage I'm completely new to fighting Thargoids. Ah, stuff it. I mean, they're firing missiles, which give you a caustic effect. They're firing energy weapons. They have these pulses that can affect your avionics. They can strengthen each other. All sorts of things. Ka-chunk. Now, if you look at the right-hand side of my HUD, you'll see that I've got enhanced AX multi-cannons. Now, that means that it is a specific weapon for fighting the Thargoids. That is why I'm able to actually hurt them. And this is where I first start practicing like strafing while attacking. And that's why, did you see that last stream of, like there again, of him shooting at me? It's missing to my left. It's because I'm strafing right. And the reason I mentioned before that I chose this ship is it's part of the Alliance 3. This one's the Crusader. Actually, the Chieftain would be probably a better pick for this, because I'm not even using my onboard fighter, which I do have. That's another topic for discussion. But yeah, see, now I'm starting to get the hang of strafing and shooting them. Although, as I mentioned before, I'm not orbiting using down thrust. And just about ready to cook off that nasty green shit. What am I talking about? Again, my hull has the caustic effect, and ooh, now it's gone again. A good trick, rather than using the limpets, which I do have, is to just hit silent running. If you're not using shields anyway, that's the perfect way to do it. You hit silent running, your ship quickly overheats, you can even speed it up by shooting lasers, and then you actually cook off the caustic effect. I learned so many lessons from actually just doing this. Things that people never told me. For example, that that you can easily do it, get rid of the caustic effect. I mean, I was bringing limpets, which just wastes space. You have to bring the limpet controller, you have to stock the actual limpets, which means you need cargo space, and the limpets don't even work anyway. Well, they do work, but they often don't, and they don't last for long, because as soon as you've cleared your hull, you get re-causticed, and if you get clearance to land, you can't get zapped. I'm sure they'll come to me as I watch this. So here I'm flying up, chasing this scout when, watch this, whoopsie daisy, I ran into his big brother. Hear that noise? Oh shit. There I realized. Now it's time for Paxus to run. Yeah, it seems like they use the scouts to attack the colonies and ground features, but the interceptors stay closer to, you know, the higher altitudes and space. Targeted another scout, and you can see here I've clearly started getting used to trying to run cold, because they don't target you as well when your temperature is below 20 degrees. And you'll notice that I'm getting better at strafing. You can see when their shots miss to the left or the right, depending which direction I'm strafing in. You can see that one's shooting at me because on the radar it's flashing. Killing them real quick now, hey? I'm as happy as a pig in shit by this stage. It is a bit overwhelming because there's so many things happening at once and you've got to keep track of so many things. I mean, you're always in combat trying to manage your pips, meaning your engines and weapons. Yeah, there I'm talking about, you know, not getting too many of them aggroed on me all at once, if that makes sense. So yeah, overwhelming. As in all combat, you're doing a lot of multitasking. You've got to pay attention to everything around you, your radar, enemies, your ships. You've got to manage your engines, your weapons, power allotment. I've decreased a lot of that multitasking by simply not having shields, but I've still got to pay attention to things like the caustic effect. Like right now, my ship has the caustic effect again. Whoa, what was that? The hell was that? Yeah, that's the first time I'd seen that. One of the scout variants. Berserker variant? Yeah. What does that even mean? I'll berserk you. Yeah, Paxus getting cocky already. You're dead. So yeah, you've got to manage that. See, like, my hull is already down. It's time for me to land. Yeah, so I could have gotten rid of that by overheating my ship, but since my hull is already down to like 50%. Look at that, there's a bunch of them parked right by my landing pad. That's scary. Yeah, I thought I may as well land because it's, you know, quick repairs. But yeah, a lot to keep track of. One thing I can say, especially you people that use auto docking, you want to get, you know, you want to practice your quick, well, practice landing for one, but you actually want to be better than this at landing. You want to be able to land fast, do a combat landing. This fumbling around that I'm doing here, this is no good when you've got an interceptor on your tail. Here's me in the middle of cooking, in this case, overcooking my ship because I just obviously had some caustic effect on there. Like I said, multitasking. I've just realized I've turned silent running off and now I'm clean again and kicking the next scout's ass. Kablooey! Yeah, well, poo on you. I'm already burning the shit off. See the silent running that I turned on? And look over there, it's temperature gauge. Ship's getting hotter and hotter. 120 is what you're looking for. As soon as that happens... Ooh, I just launched a repair limpet. That will repair the hull. Yeah, getting good at all this. Oh, so good that I'm not paying attention to the ground. Ooh, I had to use thrust to not slide back into the ground there. This is so epic. Look at that settlement on fire.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
Alright. I think you get the picture, and maybe I'll post a separate video of just more of this, but this video is starting to get a little bit long. I'm gonna show the really epic thing, the really awesome thing, how I managed to kill an interceptor. Alright, so to make this video shorter, after a while I started dipping my toes in the water. I'd go up towards where the interceptors were hanging around and I'd wait till some security forces were shooting one and I'd have a little taste. I'd probe, you know, I'd see if I could damage them, and sometimes it seems like I could and other times I couldn't. And here you can see I've even got the balls to let it aggro on me and shoot at me. I'm managing to avoid I managed to avoid their shots quite a lot of the time, but as you'll see from this clip, I do still have to be careful. I have to watch out for things like when two of them come at me at once, or when one gets too close and does the lightning effect. You'll see what happens here. I've been zapped. You lose control, and now suddenly there's two of them. I'm in deep trouble here, because if they both aggro on me, they can finish me off pretty quick. But at the same time, I've learned that this hull tank of mine that I've created is really quite tough. I mean, look, I'm still a 90% hull, and I just took a caning from at least one interceptor. Pretty sure these are just Cyclopses though. I have to show clips of me messing up, like this one where I actually got the canopy popped. Tends to happen a fair bit. And I'm basically racing or limping home to get fixed. Apparently when it's completely destroyed you can't. It also seems like no matter what I did I couldn't really damage it. At the very moment that it happened, I'd been fighting for hours so I needed a break. So I just parked a little ways away from the settlement, just to keep an eye on things, and especially because one of the interceptors that I've been shooting at for over an hour was fighting on and off. It was being shot at and engaged by the security forces. And look, I just noticed there's a whole bunch of security around him, and he's really injured. I wouldn't have known this if I didn't have a Xeno scanner, but thankfully I do. And remember, you don't have to fully scan them to see this basic information. And the basic information includes their health. So I decide, look, I can't seem to damage them by myself, but what if I shoot it while it's got 2 or 3 security shooting at it? And this is when I go for it. Look, his health's going down. I'm doing it! I'm doing it! Oh, he's popped his shields. I'm just gonna keep shooting. Oh. Missiles. This is my attempt at dodging. He's dead! Look! So yeah, of course it wasn't just me, but can you imagine how happy I was? 8 million credits. I definitely was a part of it. I mean, let's face it, people, you're not going to be able to kill big Xenos without engineering your ships. But as this video has shown, that doesn't mean you can't have a hell of a lot of fun fighting Thargoids. And remember, you can do rescue missions too. There's lots of refugees that need evacuating from stations just like this one when they're under attack. You can do delivery missions to aid in the war effort. Yeah, heaps of stuff. This video's gone on way too long, so I'm out. Ciao. Peace, love, and mung beans. Oh, thanks guys for the new subs, and thank you all the supporters and especially the patrons.
Paxus.
Hey, you rusty freaks.
Time for the weird stuff.
Don't you agree? Not this floor either.